Hey everyone, this is yet again another room tour of the Plastic Universe collection. This one's gonna be a little bit different. I mean, we started with the Star Wars room. If you came through this video and if you haven't seen the other ones, I strongly recommend you to go and check out the Star Wars room or the G.I. Joe room. Now we're gonna aim at Masters of the Universe, and in that sense, that's not the vast majority of my collections. I just have a few things here and there that I would like to show, and starting with the fact that I ran out of room, so I'm kind of somewhat improvising space here to do the Origins line. And of course, I'm a big, huge defender of Super 7, and I really love, and that's actually what got me pulled back into Masters, was the retro collection. I seen on TV before everyone was doing retros. Super 7 was already into that. So that's just a piece. I'm just gonna grab Hero here, and I'm gonna grab Eldor from this wall. By the way, I cannot recommend more, but we'll do that in the next room. Follow me so you can go and so I can show you the stuff, the Motu stuff, real quick. So again, I have them in my Euro room. And for that sense, I set up a table. Oop, I forgot to turn this light on, but I think that will help. Let's do it like this from this side. This is the part that I didn't show when I was doing this. Is where we tape Galaxia de Plástico, and that's part of my modest Master of the Universe collection. I don't have all of them. I have just a few. However, I've been getting into crazy stuff. The first thing that I'm going to start showing is actually over there on the Minton car wall, because all of these reaction figures is something that I really dig from Super 7, and I ended up getting pretty much all of them. I have the complete set with every variant ever made in every country, and I'm working on a special project that will be dedicated just to that. So when I got to the point that I was able to achieve finding each and every one of them from that collection, I went nuts and started getting them loose. Thankfully, I did that when they were very affordable. So I pretty much have a full set as well of loose figures. And what do you do when you get them all? You start getting into prototypes. So this Mounted Arms was my first prototype. And then I was able to get the slime pieces of the slime He-Man and test shots of the regular ones. And of course I have like production quality test shots. That's why that He-Man is missing an eye. Or the one above is missing the emblem on the chest. Same thing with this Orko. And of course I've been grading them little by little. But I have a complete set of the reaction figures. And then where do you go? Where do you start getting that type of stuff? To even crazier stuff. And this is where I go here. And let me see, how can I'm gonna have to move this guy out of the way to show you one of the cards. But these cards, I'm gonna have them graded for obvious reason. Oh, Stratus came out. These cards were the cards that Super 7 used at the New York Toy Fair to present the line publicly. So they're actually boards that were, if you look at pictures, if you Google pictures, you will see the actual prototype of the figure presented for the first time at the New York Comic-Con, the toy convention. And I have a few cards that I was able to get my hands on. That I really dig and love them all. I also have like quality samples from their line. I really like Super 7, and like this lovely Skeletor was the card. It's a Skeletor card, and I was gonna give Joe Teague a shout out, because these Mug Master cases, man, are the shit. Man, these are super sturdy. They're like super strong. I really like it because I can feel that my figures are protected. They're not sponsoring this video. They're not giving me anything for free. I'm doing this because I really completely endorse This product, I cannot recommend it more. And as you can see, as you saw in in the previous room, every single one of my masters are in a mock master. But what's so special about this Skeletor that it was mislabeled as a She-Ra, because it was a production quality sample, and so that's why I really like this type of stuff. So, but getting deeper into masters, of course, I have my weakness for the blue guy who doesn't like a Skeletor. However, these guys down here belong to my personal collection from childhood. So therefore, they're Venezuelan. They were made by Rotoplas in Venezuela, and that's why they're different in colors. As you can see, this is an American sample. These are Venezuelans, and you can see the face is different. That Cobra Can is also Venezuelan, and as you can see, the mouth, he has full white lips. It's a rare piece, only Mexico, and a few samples of these Cobra Can has surfaced. According to Juan Carlos Aspura Michelena, my co-host in Galaxia de Plástico, this is the only one. I believe that I've seen more than one, but I heard that apparently that's a very rare and unique one. These are also quality control samples of Cobra Can and Skeletor from the reaction line, and I'm starting to get test shots from with my Chinese contact. Test shots from Origins, and then of course from Super 7. I already was able to lay my hands on that, and even this Lego type merman from the Masters line. That's a prototype. That's the only one that I have. These are two Venezuelans as well, and of course, how can I not? You love to put the new Origins. I really dig the Origins line, and I'm trying to behave on that because Masters is not my main thing, but you know, it's really addicting. For example, this guy is Argentinian. It was made by Top Toys, and these are the reaction versions. So I have, like, you know, Origins, vintage, and then reaction, and then here it's these are Colossus. These are test shots that would cancel from a line that was being produced in Argentina, but they never got to make it. And so this don't ask me how I got this. Thank you, Hector. But this came all the way from Argentina, and it's an unreleased, canceled prototype of something that never happened. And then another Venezuelan oddity that I love to show. Let me get this guy carefully out of here. This lovely black cat. It's just a handful has surfaced. They were made by Rotoplas in Venezuela. And these are not Big Jim. They were actually sold as Masters of the Universe. At the very first shot, I think they mislabeled the instructions with Big Jim, and then that's why they ended up being like that. You know, I just have it with my cats. I have a Venezuelan Rotoplas as well with American, and this is gonna be hard to pull out, but Fuerzate from Top Toys. I love this line. Fuerzate from Top Toys Argentina. Saludos a Darío Mondric, a toda la gente de Top Toys. I really like it. Pantano is basically a Beastman, but color in a different way. But the Top Toys line made this Fuerzate. Is an original IP. They're cooking something new that I'm not allowed to tease or say what it is, but they're coming strong with something new shortly, which I know that everyone is gonna love. I really dig these Argentinian jewels. From my perspective, these are absolutely beauties. But speaking about Argentina, I have some other stuff that I should show. I just having a hard time to get them. And it's a bootleg. Look at this beauty. It's called Herplas, I'm sorry, because the owner of the company was apellido Hernandez, last name Hernandez. So he chopped the last name Hernandez and put Herplas. Your Toys Herplas, Industrias Argentina. It's basically a parachute He-Man bootleg that they just rip off and made it into a bootleg. I really love this type of stuff. And then, of course, Lucha Fuerte, which is another Argentinian beauty. These were made, however, by Plastirama. Plastirama, as you saw in my G.I. Joe's videos, It's the one that got the license to do G.I. Joe in Argentina. And so I don't know how they got the molds. They just, rip off the molds and they made this really weird He-Man from an actual wrestling show that they had in Argentina called Lucha Fuerte that was very popular. So they made this luchadores, this wrestler, with a look-alike He-Man type of mold, and they're just beautiful. They're just beautiful. I have the ring and I have the referee, but I'm going to show you a jewel that, to the best of my knowledge, you don't see every day. It is a seal inbox Lucha Fuerte Plasti Boy, which is basically the mascot of Plastirama, and that's why it was called Plasti Boy. And it has the Plastirama logo and everything. I have a loose version as well. But to get this guy boxed and like this, it was a mission. It was a mission, but I really liked it. I really like getting my hands on this Plasti Boy, especially boxes. I have to get it rated, but I have a lot of stuff on CIS. These are from the Origins line. I'm starting to get my hands on prototypes. I'm not rushing into it. Like, besides Reaction that I just went nuts. I have some other stuff on this side, like Lord of the Rings. I don't know if you can sneak into it. I know there's a little bit of everything in there. Lord of the Rings, I really love Tolkien. I really love the movies. And I wish I had more room to display them. Behind that wall, all the way down, I have Robotech, Super 7 Robotech, Super 7 Transformers. Well, there's a lot of Transformers in here as well from the Reaction line. The Shogun Warriors from the Reaction lines. And up here I have some Simpsons. I don't think I'm going to do a video of wrestling, so you might want to show wrestling as well. They're all the way up there. I love those figures. I play with those figures a lot. I have the cats from the Reaction line. Let me see if I can pull the Skeletor and the Panther, which resembles the Tauntaun from Star Wars. It's the same type of. And the reason that I'm showing you this, guys, is because with the cats, which was literally the last thing that they put out before the license was taken away from them back to Mattel, I have a sample loose as everything else, and I have a sample graded, but I was able to get my hand on the proof sheet of the design package. I ran out of space, so I haven't been able to mount this. This came from the pre-production room. I shouldn't be even showing this, but it has like little notes and approval stamps or fix this and that. I need to mount this properly, but this is a piece of history of pre-production of the awesome Reaction line. And to talk about, let me fold this properly again. To talk about, a lot of people is going to be cringing right now, but to talk properly about pre-production, I have some things to show, and that's where I bought. Let's see how can we do this. The Hero and the Eldor that everybody knows from the Super 7 line. So when they announced the line, they used the pictures of the prototypes in that same New York Toy Fair, and I had this graded. They used the vintage figures, the vintage pictures to announce them. So I was able to get my hands on the board, but I also was able to get my hands on the original board that they use. Regrettably, I couldn't get my hands on the prototypes, but I got my hands on the boards that they use to announce the line. And as you can see, they had the original Masters Rat Explosion design, but eventually they ended up doing them with the Powers of Grayskull look. So they were originally going to be like this, but they end up being like that. So this is a really nice piece of pre-production when Super 7 announced the line, and I'm so happy that I was able to get my hands on that. I was also able to get my hands on the He-Man card and the Skeletor and the Hordak and then She-Ra. It's like a really nice deal getting them all. I have them graded, of course, because this is a piece of Super 7 history, and I have them graded. I'm very proud of this find. regrettably, I don't have walls to show them the way that they should be shown. However, on that token, on that sense, with that pre-production line, there's something else that I had from them that I should mount properly, but I haven't been able to. And this is the normal evil seed, which is one of these odd characters that Super 7 used. You know, Super 7 is very well known to do this type of stuff. They're real fans making toys, and they actually dig these odd characters that we didn't get as vintage, and you know, now we got it like this. So with this guy, I was able to get my hand on this board, which is basically like a proof sheet of the booklet, the comic booklet, the mini comic that is inside, and it has an approved it has some instructions, new print proof, the date 2019, but it says approved, and I have to mount this properly too. And to finish off my Motu line, I know I have more stuff that I'm probably forgetting, but I'm gonna show this that I actually show in one of my interviews that I did at UltraCon. I interviewed Tom Cook, which was the lead designer, one of the main designers, animators working at Filmation, and I handed over these cells, animation cells, and this is something that I also want to frame properly and have properly mount, but I don't have a wall to put them, so they're gonna stay like that until I find a nice place to it. But these animation cells, I was actually able to put it in Tom Cook's hand and ask him his opinion on it. And I really like this one because you can see He-Man's hands and everything, and these are really cool pieces, and I was able to put it back on the animator that actually made them, and got his thought on it. And I have this really nice battle cat from the animation sheets, and you know, it's not the biggest collection of Motu ever known, and it's not intended to be as well, but I liked it. I mean, it's curated. I have pieces that I really like. Oh, I have my castles. Actually, this is a Venezuelan Rotoplas Castle Grayskull, and it's right next to the Origins. And then I also have the Phone School's DC Batcave, which I think goes perfect with that line. I ran out of room, so I have... Oh, I'm just gonna sit down on the floor like a kid and show you these things. No, you do the same with me, because I don't think that angles work. I grabbed the Jumanji cats and started playing around with the WWE mashup that they did with Masters, and so I grabbed like pieces that I could find and did like this really cool set of, I don't know, made of Motu things with the Jumanji line, and I really had a lot of fun making these. They're not painted. I don't have that type of skills to paint stuff, so basically I just added like chairs that I could find cheap on eBay. But these Jumanji pieces, I mean, maybe someone can do it. I'm pretty sure someone can do it better than me and just add colors and add stuff into it. But I thought it was the perfect companions for... look at this guy. Look at the perfect beast to go with this WWE figure line. So that sums up my Modest Motu collection. I sincerely hope you enjoy the room tour. And if you got to this one but you haven't seen the one about G.I. Joe or the one about Star Wars, I strongly suggest that you just look below, check our videos. We have a lot of stuff. We also have interviews made for Plastic Chats. There are links below. You can check out the interviews that we have published in this channel or the ones that we have on Vimeo. Don't forget that Plastic Crack is available on Amazon. Season 2 is going to be out pretty soon. We're working hard on it, and we're going to come out with a lot of surprises, especially Motu. We have never seen before surprises in the Motu world that is going to blow your mind. So don't forget, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell so you can get notified every time that we push a new video. Thank you, like, subscribe, share, do all the stuff that everyone says. I'm not the best at it, but thank you for watching, and we sincerely hope that you enjoyed this video.